welcome back. What brings me back to the channel today? Because I decided to have a race in the evening time, which is not normal for me. I almost didn't want to have this race. But, thankfully, I stayed. And this is what happened. Enjoy the race. Let it speak for itself. As usual, thanks for watching. You know what to do. If you do, if you do. If you don't, you don't. Have a nice day, and when this is over, it's over. Until the next one. Thanks for watching. Wait, that happened a little fast. Let me rewind that again. What is up with Gran Turismo? Let's see. Get a better view for you. I will commentate this part. This is what happened. Get a better camera angle. So obviously I'm right here because I see this guy in the Supra. He come to a complete stop. No idea why. He as well came to a complete stop. No idea why. So obviously I'm quick enough to think about it, and I went around him. And the other one, which coincidentally are both from Brazil. Anyways, that's it, that's all. First place from the start line on the first lap till the very end. Except this clown tried to dive bomb me. I think that's an Argentinian flag, and they're starting to prove that they're a lot worse at this game than the Brazilian flags are. Remember folks, it's not xenophobic, it's an observation based on simplistic landmarks. It's commonly known that Brazilians on here do not drive very well, or if they do, they're extremely well, and you don't have to worry about that because they're not going to mess with you. But either way, the majority of Brazilians can sit there and whack your ass off the track. But I can't say anything as positive for Argentinian flags, if that's what those blue and whites are. They have proven to be the most ghetto, most compromising, unprofessional, I've noticed in the last few weeks, it hasn't been Brazil that's been a thorn in my ass around here. It's these Argentinian dudes that think they can just follow suit with what Brazil does and wreck your ass. And it's like, no, you know what? I wasn't even worried about whether or not you were going to wreck me. I was just driving my line, and I happened to look out my rear view, and there you were, trying to dodge bomb me. So yeah, not surprised, considering where you're from. Or considering what your flag of drivers have shown me on this game. Americans are 50-50 and Canadians are about 60-40. I would say Canadians are more like Brazilians than Americans. At least Americans, some of them you can talk to and a lot of them you can't. But that's mostly out of convenience, really, or inconvenience. Yeah, like I've bumped into a lot of Canadian drivers on the track, and they're not friendly. They don't respect you because you're from the same country. They don't care. I've told some of my friends, I'm like, the only thing worse than a Brazilian flag is a Brazilian driving behind a Canadian flag, because then you can't tell. So you're not forewarned about the possibility of what's going to happen. I just view most Canadian flags as a hazardous approach, and approach with caution. Look at these guys, they're still back there wrecking. We should rewind this for shits and giggles, since me being at the front is boring. Let's see, where's these guys? Let's watch them approach that turn. A cluster, and it's the guy in fifth. Yep, it's always him. He wrecks 2 or 3 of them. Brucey, what are you doing? Let's watch this guy. See what else he does. Whoa, he's fighting with this guy. Whoa. He got a 150 for that. Oh, he's just mad. And he wrecked him, he got revenge, okay? You see, this is what happens when you play stupid. And this is how you shouldn't play. I mean, it doesn't matter what position you finish in the race if all you're doing is wrecking and crashing. I mean, why isn't it that, you know, like, I understand the drift community. I understand the addiction to sideways driving and the want to do that. I get it. But equally so, is there not the want to have a race with yourself? With expectations that you won't go off the track, you won't bump into anybody. If you have to let somebody by, you let them by, and otherwise you mind yourself and you don't impact anybody else on the track. Maybe then you might actually get further ahead because you see the cleaner you drive, the better you get, the sooner you'll get to the front. Yeah, I can play dirty, but that doesn't mean, like, let me rerun this definition of dirty again. Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel's character. He always got bantered by Paul Walker's character about how that's dirty and blah, blah, blah. Well, we all know that Vin Diesel's character and Paul Walker's character are skilled at driving. Very skilled. They're not sitting there trashing their cars to get ahead of you. But when we say that this guy who's driving right now, this is not him being dirty. I wish my English was better. But this is different than being dirty, I'm trying to say. This is an unskilled driver trying to abuse the system, yet he hasn't figured out that the system isn't working in his advantage through his tactics. I know because I used to play a lot more aggressively than I do now. But what has changed from the aggression to the now? The change from the aggression to the now is I'm more focused on my driving line, my cornering speeds, my entrances, my exits. Even while I'm racing, I experiment sometimes. And I've even figured out some secrets through some ways, not secrets, but tips. I've figured out how to be a better driver through an avenue that I'm not going to highlight here. I don't like giving away gamer wisdom, but I also don't like idiocy. And these people, like this character who's wrecking people on purpose and still in 6th place, he's not dirty because he's not skilled. He's simply reckless, careless, and otherwise a douchebag. And he's in 6th place. What did it get him? Nothing. He just wrecked some people and made their race shittier than it had to be. And then there's the leader, in this case myself. I have like a 4 or 5, 6 second lead by the end of this race. I mean, I don't drive as good as I can drive through the whole race. But when I do, like the other day, there's a race, I finished 10, 12 seconds in front of everybody. So stop getting angry, stop trying to hit people, start concentrating on what you're doing and how you're doing it. Use your brain to focus on how well you're doing and be your own worst critic. In other words, if you fall off the track, get embarrassed, be ashamed. If you miss your braking point and you hit somebody, be humble and ashamed. Criticize yourself for being a shitty driver and improve upon yourself. And if you're a skillful driver and a respectful driver, I guarantee you, you'll see the difference between the people around you and how they respond to you. Anyways, I said a lot more than I planned, and I never have a plan.